So what I've noticed more and more these days, and I'm looking for it, is this acute curvature in the front of the skull. You see how my temples are very sloped, and it's like this is a lot of rounding, acute rounding going on here. And with guys, the more and more advanced the hair loss is in the hairline, the more and more this area is kind of, it looks like it's pushed up, and the more sloped these temples are. So it's leading me to believe that there's a lot of upward push or upward expansion in the forelock area. And I tried to push my hair back as best as I could so you can kind of see it. Yeah, I mean, just like logically, the easiest or like simplest way for this curvature, this acute curvature pattern to develop is for an upward expansion in the center, right? The more this expands up, the more this area is going to deflatten and slope, right? If this gets pushed down, then the flatter these temples are going to be. And that just makes sense to me. So what I've been focusing on a lot lately is applying a force to this part of the skull to push this down and potentially flatten out the sloping temples. I also think there's a push forward in the forehead, but I think that's more affects toddlers, and it does affect adult men too, but toddlers mostly have that forehead bulge. The adult men, toddlers don't really have the bulge here, but it's definitely prominent on some men, and it's more subtle on others. But if you look for it, I think you can find it. So what I've been doing with compressions, let's fix the hair so I look like, I still look like shit. Anyway, so what I've been doing a lot, or focusing on a lot with compressions, is applying the force here. So a simple wall press, find a flat, solid wall. I try to do it away from EMF stuff. I'm doing it outside because there's better lighting here. It's nice to get outside pre-sunrise in this crisp January morning. And then I just aim for the area of the forelock, right, the center front of the hairline. And I'll just lean against the wall, adjust the angle a little bit. I don't like to go too hard, and try to go longer with less force. Right, so I'm not aiming for the crown. I don't think I did a video on that, but that's what I do. When I do headstands, I aim for the crown, but when I do a wall press, I'll aim for the forelock. I can't really aim for the forelock on a headstand. But yeah, I'll do this until I eventually get like a warm sensation, which is kind of interesting, and then it starts to kind of bother me. Like I can feel it's like, I don't like it's not painful, but it's like discomfort. Like, I don't want to get to a point where it's extremely painful. And the towel is here it helps distribute the force a little bit better, and also prevent the area from getting sore. I don't think it's necessary to make the area sore and do it directly against a hard surface. And I'm developing these like sandbags that I wear during the day, where it's just like weighing. I mean, I think that's the best service to for a force to apply. It's just like sand, because it's got some give, but it's also it's got some weight, and there's not that much give that's not applying any force. But anyway, yeah, the towels kind of distributes the force a little bit better. I think that's the way to go, but I don't know. It's not like I'm regrowing lots and lots of hair, but this channel is just about my approach and my experiments, because all the other stuff never worked for me, right? The DHT blockers, the massaging. Now I'm thinking outside the box. But yeah, I do this like 3 times a day, maybe more. I already did it this morning. But I guess the more the better, if you have time for it, and it takes a while. That's why, I mean, it's unproductive. Like if you don't have time in the day to just be leaning against the wall. So that's why I'm trying to develop these like weights where you can like sit at the computer and do stuff and have a weight on your head that's pushing this area down. And then you can sleep with something on your forehead to push this area back. And I think that's the most efficient. Maybe you can wear it while you sleep. Anyway, I'm about to embark on a sewing project, and this video is getting pretty long, so I better shut it down. Oh, check out my website, www.hairlossalchemy.com, for more information about what causes skull expansion. Like, I just put everything out there. All of my ideas are on that website, and I'm going to put up some blog articles too in the future, and so like a resource page with all the stuff that I use to detoxify. Maybe make some money off of that, selling other people's stuff. But that's like I'm just putting out stuff that I use. Like I buy this stuff. Yeah, that's it.